Then, is Cady McClain naughty or nice? As good girl Dixie on All My Children and bad girl Roseanne on As the World Turns, she's both.
It was much harder than I thought to play a bitch.
Though she's a big star today, Cady says breaking into the business nearly broke her.
It's very hard. It's harder than you think.
This leading lady's had her share of successes.
My 2 daytime Emmys are in my office, high up on a shelf. Occasionally they get Mardi Gras beads thrown on them.
Plus, we'll find out about the tragedy that made her walk away from it all.
I broke up with my boyfriend, moved out of my apartment, and my mom had cancer. Unbelievably stressful.
Coming up, Cady's career takes a turn.
I feel like it's a completely different experience.
Then she takes a gamble when most people would take a break.
And it was much harder than I thought it was going to be. Much harder to play a bitch.
Cady McClain's mother died of breast cancer in 1996, and Cady thought it was a good time to leave All My Children to rest and try some new things.
It was a time for me to do some plays, which I love doing. I loved doing The Red Address, the David Ives play. That was great. I played the wife to a husband that cross-dressed. So it was something that I don't usually find on soap operas.
Cady also stretched herself creatively by doing some writing.
I did a one-woman play that I wrote, and I did a one-woman play. It was all Wallace Stevens poetry.
And she realized a lifelong dream to be an artist.
I went to art school for a year, and it was just like feeding myself, you know.
But after 2 years, Cady knew her time off was coming to an end.
Then, towards the end of that time, I sort of realized, wow, I need to make a living.
And that's when All My Children producers welcomed Cady and Dixie back with open arms.
And I think I kind of missed this place in a funny way. You know, after so much time, it kind of felt like home, and I thought it might be fun to come and try again. It's nice to be appreciated, too, you know.
After 4 years in Pine Valley, something shocking happened that made her change course.
I decided to leave All My Children. 9/11 happened. I broke up with my boyfriend, moved out of my apartment. I dyed my hair red. I was all ready to start a new life. I just knew I had more to do.
It was then that Cady got an interesting offer to play nasty Rosanna Cabot on As the World Turns.
And I went, oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly the opposite of Dixie. And if I could do a completely different character in this medium and have people buy it, I'll have broken something. It was much harder than I thought it was going to be. Much harder to play a bitch.
In 2004, the role earned Cady her second Daytime Emmy.
My 2 Daytime Emmys are in my office up on a high up on a shelf. Occasionally they get Mardi Gras beads thrown on them.
After earning an Emmy for her work on As the World Turns, Cady was at a crossroads in her career.
It was absolutely not in my plan to come back and play Dixie.
But All My Children head writer Megan McTavish had other ideas, and she convinced Cady to reprise the role of Dixie. Cady was delighted.
I feel great about being back on All My Children. I feel like it's a completely different experience.
Cady McClain has done a lot of living in a short amount of time. From child actor,
I had no clue what I was doing,
to daytime superstar.
I feel strong, and that's a great place to be.
She's seen a lot and gotten some perspective on her life.
I definitely could say that I survived my life in order that I might thrive for the rest of my life. Life goes on after 35. Yes, it does.